Welcome back to CTCMed, everyone. Happy New Year to all, and in this video, I want to talk to you a little about perhaps my favorite, and in my opinion, most fruitful use of time, traveling. I won't get into which places I love traveling to most, and not even really the benefits of traveling specifically, because I recognize that some people are unable to travel for a variety of reasons. Instead, I want to go over the importance of taking time for yourself, in whatever form you wish, so long as you feel it's meaningful. I'm currently on my winter break, and decided to take a trip up to Toronto and Montreal with some high school friends to reel in the new year. The trip was about a week long, and it was great to catch up with some friends that I don't get to see as much as I wish during the semester. On the way there, I was able to kill a research scholarship essay, which was nice, and finished reading When Breath Becomes Air, which has become one of my favorite books of all time, actually. I'll leave a link to it in the description. We started out the trip in Toronto and stayed there for a few days to see the city. I was initially crazy excited to see the CN Tower for the first time, but it turns out that the city had so much more to offer, which you'll see as I narrate this. We then moved on to Montreal to celebrate the new year, which was awesome, a huge blast. It's really important to allow time for yourself to unwind. This past semester, my course schedule was especially heavy, and I ended up doing well, but I would have liked more relaxing time, so this trip definitely allowed me to do that. Especially as an aspiring physician, it's important to practice early the idea that you cannot take care of others without first giving yourself the proper care you need, mentally, physically, the whole 9 yards. To explore this idea further, I recommend you check out Tim Ferriss's novel, The 4-Hour Workweek, a book centered around living the life you want and how to get there. It's a fantastic book. I read it last summer. There's this one part in particular where Ferriss outlines an American businessman on a vacation in a small Mexican town. Unable to sleep, he takes an early walk on the beach and runs into a fisherman fishing for tuna, and they begin talking about the fish he caught. The American then asks the fisherman, "Why don't you just stay out here longer and catch more fish?" The fisherman responds that he has enough fish to support his family and some friends, and then he just spends the rest of his time sleeping late, playing with his kids, fishing a little more, sipping some wine, playing guitar, etc. The American's blown away. He thinks this fisherman's crazy, and he thinks that he should just spend more time fishing so he can gain a greater profit, expand his business, and he'll be a millionaire in 20-ish years at this rate. The fisherman asks, "Okay, so I'm a millionaire, but now what?" And he replies, "Well, then you can retire and move to a small coastal village where you can sleep late, play with your kids, fish a little, sip some wine, play guitar, etc." And yeah, you get the irony. I love this part because I feel like it speaks a lot about at least American culture, where we feel our innate destinies are 9-to-5 jobs and we'll retire at 65, and only at that point will we have enough time and money to do the things that we've wanted to do our whole lives. And while delayed gratification is inherent to many fields, especially medicine, it definitely doesn't have to be delayed to 65. Ferriss has a chapter on what he calls mini retirements, which is basically what it sounds like. Why wait until 65 to do what you want, when you can allocate maybe a week or even a few days to just unwind with some friends, or alone if that's what you're into? These are the dubbed mini retirements. And this is especially important when you're young because you have greater flexibility in your weekends as opposed to when you have a full-time job and all. It also just helps in refreshing the mind so you don't burn out from intense studying and work and whatnot. But these are all topics for a future video. Alright guys, I just wanted to give you my 2 cents on relaxation and shaping your own life, and how I'm trying to do the same as a pre-med. I'll leave a link to Tim Ferriss's The 4-Hour Workweek and When Breath Becomes Air in the description below, and make sure you hit like if this is even somewhat useful to your life. And I want to try getting a video out maybe every 1 to 2 weeks, so hit subscribe if you're interested in that. Thanks so much, I'll catch you later.